Okay, so we are continuing on with 3.2, and this is part 2, so make sure you flip to the part 2 section of those 3.2 notes, and we are subtracting linear expressions. Our learning goal, I can find the difference between linear expressions. So it starts off with example 2, and that's because it's continuing from 3.2, part 1. And so in example 2, it says subtracting linear expressions. When you have 2 or more linear expressions that are being subtracted, you first have to change the subtraction problem to an addition problem, just like we did when we subtracted rational numbers. This was back in chapter 1. So step 1, change the subtraction sign to addition. And then step 2, change the sign of every term in the second expression. And what that means is we're going to find the opposite of those terms. So this would be called add the opposite. All right, so we're going to do 2 examples before I send you on your way to try your own. So we have the quantity 5x plus 6 minus the quantity negative 1x, because remember there's a 1 in here, negative 1, plus 5. And so there's nothing we can do in this first expression. So we are going to drop those parentheses and just rewrite it as 5x plus 6. Now we go to step 1, which is change the subtraction to addition. So this is now going to be addition. And then, that's a plus, sorry. We change all the terms in the second expression to their opposites. So the opposite of negative x is a positive x. And the opposite of positive 5 is a negative 5. And now we're going to do exactly what we did in part 1, which is combine like terms, so that way we can simplify the expression. So, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We have to box and circle everything with a variable and the sign in front of it. So we have a 5x and an x, and then, let's use this color, we have a positive 6, that's a rough 6, and a negative 5. So we have 5x plus x, which is just a 1x, and 5x plus 1x is 6x. Then we have 6 plus a negative 5, or you could have wrote it as just minus 5, because this is also a subtraction sign. So 6 minus 5 is 1. And so now we have a final answer of 6x plus 1. And we know that this is a plus because this 1 is positive. And so our answer is 6x plus 1. Example 2, we're going to do the same thing. So we have 7y plus 6. So we just drop the parentheses because there's nothing we can do to these parentheses and there's nothing on the outside here. And you'll see what I mean by that later on. But there's nothing we can do inside those parentheses, so we're just going to drop those. And then we start with that step 1, which is changing our subtraction to addition. And then we flip the signs of everything in our second expression. So we're going to change the sign of each of these. So we have a positive 8y. That's now a negative 8y. Sorry, that's my dog. And then we have a negative 6, because remember this subtraction here is actually saying that this is a negative 6. So the opposite of that is positive 6. And so now we can combine like terms. So we have a 7y and a negative 8y. And then we have a positive 6 and a positive 6. So now let's combine those terms. So the boxes can only be combined together. So anything with a y can be combined. So we have 7y minus 8y, which is like having plus a negative 8y. That's why that's here. And so these are different signs. So we subtract 8 minus 7 is 1. And then we'll have our y, and it'll be negative because our larger number was negative. This is equal to just negative y. So we can actually get rid of that 1 and just leave our negative. Then we have 6 plus 6, which gives us 12. So my answer is negative y plus 12. So now I want you to do the try-its on your own, and then you will check your answers with mine in the next video.